The hour, Joe, too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. I'm the women's pick, I'm the men's regret, and if you win against Chael Sonnen, you made a bad bet.
I don't have much left to say other than you have seen nothing yet.
What's happening, Fight Week Show fans, Fight Week Show people? Then we are back with another show. We got a prediction show today, and I got my boys with me. We got MMA. Normally is in the house. We got Kick Him in the Head Kick Pod is in the house as well. Salute to both for you, mans. Big up yourself. We got UFC Paris on our hands, people. And big up everybody that's locked up in the chat, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching on playback. Make sure you're showing some love to my boys on the panel and some of our affiliates are scrolling around the bottom of that screen right there. Hey, Olin, I'm going to come to you first, man. How you doing, man? You loving this card? How you feeling? You good?
Dude, I'm going to be honest. I'm psyched about this card. I think it's a bit of a sleeper of a card. A lot of people are sleeping on it, and a lot of people are accidentally going to be sleeping on it since it starts at 9 a.m. for me. I'm stoked. I love an early morning card. I'll be drinking whiskey with my coffee and chasing it down with some skilled violence, baby.
That's what's up. What are you saying, yo? Everything blessed? You good?
Everything blessed, and Olin's going to be having an Irish coffee. It's an Irish coffee, they call it, Olin there. But yeah, absolutely blessed. Looking forward to UFC Paris. We know when they go to Europe, it's always an interesting card. I'm looking forward to this card. Let's get it. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, man. Let me come to a couple of the mans them in the chat that's running it up in there. Big up, beat the bookies. Big up yourself. Salute to you, brother. We got Leroy here. Leroy saying, let's fucking go. How's it going on in Dingo Land over there, Leroy? Hope everything is blessed, brother. We got Miller. Big up yourself, Crystal Miller. That's right. It's always better when it's a surprise. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody that's rolling in. I see. Yeah, man. Murphy. Yes, Murphy. Big up yourself, man. Salute to you. I showed you that thing with McDane. McDane is touchy when it comes to that shit, bro. McDane be touchy about that, man. You know what I mean? Don't be asking McDane about what he's picking and shit, man. You wanna get him moving sensitive? Ask him about what he's picking, man. You know what I mean? And big up McDane. It's not available today. He's out on a date with the missus. Big up McDane and the missus. Oh my God, we got a blast from the past. Boss is in the house. Carl Rossi, my bro. Big up yourself, Carl Rossi. Salute to you, brother. Big love. Lane is in the house. Yes, man. Big up yourself, Lane. Big up yourself. Make sure you, man, are driving up the lights.
Lane. Hello, Lane. Hello, Lane.
And my boy, Static. Static is here. Big up yourself. He's saying 3 likes. Drive up the likes, man. You know what I mean? Let's get the likes count up on all the channels, people. Make sure you're showing love. And we got, Email Mason. Hey, yo, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for pulling up. And, yeah, we got a nice card on our hands. I'm excited about this card because if you guys have been following us on the old social media, you know what I mean, we'll be posting about some of our boys, some of the friends of the shows that's on the card. I got 3 of them. Sam Patterson, I got Okibolaji, I got Modestas Bukauskas. You best believe I'm picking all 3 of them. God damn it. You know what I mean? But we will see how the show pans out. Yeah. None of them is going under the bus, man. None of them is going under the bus. So everybody can relax. People can relax today. The bus is not going to be in action today, man. You know what I mean? I did ask you the last time, Olin, you know, which fight you was looking forward to. So I'm going to come to Yao because we didn't actually hear from Yao. Which bout you're actually looking forward to on this card, brother?
Look, like you said, there's a lot of interesting fights on this card, but you know, kick him in the head. You know how we do. Benoit Saint Denis has that crazy head kick win. We know that win. Maurizio Ruffi, another crazy head kick win against 2 fighters that I really like. Bobby Green and, oh my God, how has his name escaped me right now? But with those 2 head kick wins, I'm looking forward to that fight to see exactly how that goes down because we know BSD is a badass. And we know Maurizio Ruffi fighting out of Fighting Nerds is just an absolute phenom. So that fight, co-main, is going to be fire, but also the women's fight on this card between Shauna Bannon and Sam Hughes, where we saw Shauna Bannon get head kicked by, how am I forgetting their opponents' names? Lady from India.
Pooja
Tomar. There we go.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. And for me, that was just like, look, you got literally knocked out and you came right back. Let's go. So those two fights I'm really looking forward to on this card.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That. I mean, she actually got smoked the fuck out and got woken back up, then won the fight. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean,
this is the sport. This is the sport, man. This is why we love the sport. You know what I mean? This is why we love the sport, man. And people, make sure you're driving the likes up as we roll into the very first fight on the bout. And I'm going to be coming to Olin to give us the odds on this after I read out the tail of the tape, as Leroy has put together for us in the back. Okay, let's get to the first one. We got Shawna Bannon versus Sam Hughes. This fight is happening in the strawweight division. Shawna Bannon coming in with a record of 7-1. Sam Hughes with a record of 10-6. Sam Hughes fighting out of the United States, and we got Shawna Bannon fighting out of Ireland. What are the live odds on this one, please, Olin?
Shawna Bannon is currently sitting as a plus 270 dog in this one, coming in against Sam Hughes as a hefty minus 340 favorite.
Okay. You know what? We're going to start with Yao today and then go around the table. We're going to start with Yao. Yao, how do you see this one going?
This one is a tricky one because, like I said, I'm all Shawna Bannon. I was all Puja Tomar in the previous fight. Puja was putting it on her for a while, and then she just came back and got the submission. Very, very nice armbar submission. He's 7-1. Sam Hughes is an absolute dog. She's been in the UFC for a while versus Shawna Bannon, who hasn't been around for that long. I'm leaning for my first dog on the first fight of the night in Shawna Bannon, mostly because of the dog spirit she showed in that fight against Puja Tomar. I think Sam Hughes is great. She's got the skills. She's got the experience. But I think Shawna's just got that extra dog in her just to get this fight. So give me Shawna Bannon. I think she probably wins this one by decision, but I think she just manages to just grind out the very experienced Sam Hughes. That's
I'm good. Look, I love experience when it comes to this. But then again, Shawna Bannon, she's had 3 fights in the UFC. So it's not like when you start having 3 fights in a promotion, you're no longer a visitor. You know what I mean? You become a part of the furniture. But Sam Hughes, she's been around for a minute, and she's fought some of the top contenders and that in the division, and she's coming off a split decision win herself. But for me, I just think the experience in the grappling is what's going to tip it over for Sam Hughes here. And I'm going to go with Sam Hughes on this one, man. I think the experience, the grappling, because I don't know if Shawna Bannon can cope with Sam Hughes' relentless grappling in this situation here. And that's the one thing that I think is going to get Sam Hughes over the line on this one. Yeah. So I will be going for Sam Hughes. What about you, Olin?
I'm on the same page, man. On the Sam page, that is. I am going with Sam Hughes here. I think she goes out there, walks forward with just reckless abandon, and should likely be able to take her opponent down with relative ease. We saw her opponent, Shawna Bannon, struggle against Bruna Brazil long before Bruna Brazil was actually as good as she is now, right? Talking 2+ years ago, before the Fighting Nerds really had this kind of surge that they're on. So for me, I don't really see anything that Shawna does extremely well that Sam Page can't go out there and negate with her grappling and overall just strength and durability. I don't know that she goes out there and gets a finish. She's more of a grinder, right? So I can see this going to decision, and my money's on Sam Page in this one.
Who's Sam Page?
That's her nickname. Like it's like a pun on Rampage.
Oh, Sam. Okay,
Sam Page, Sam Hughes.
Thinking Sam Page, Venom Page, Sam Hughes.
Sam Page versus Mama B. Look, one other reason Shawna Bannon is because she beat one of my favorite female fighters, Alice OnlyFans Ardeline. Absolutely love Alice Ardeline. Yeah. She beat her, so let's get it. Let's go.
But I mean,
big fan of Ardeline as well.
I love Ardeline. Yeah, man. All right. Okay, let's move on to the next one. On the card. Big up everybody that's locked in. Make sure you're driving the likes up and following MMA Normally and Head Kick Pod on their platforms. We got Brad Tavares versus Robert Bryczek. Robert Bryczek coming in with a record of 17-6, and we got Brad Tavares with a record of 21-10. This fight is happening in the middleweight division, people. We got Bryczek fighting out of Poland, and we got Brad Tavares fighting out of the United States. What are the live odds on this one, please, Olin?
Brad Tavares is sitting at a minus 218 favorite, and Robert Bryczek is sitting at a plus 180 dog.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta go with Brad Tavares, man. Again, experience is what I'm looking at here. It's been around for a minute. Bryczek is a little bit. He's been disappointing in some of his fights coming into this one. But yeah, Bryczek, I don't see a path to victory for him. And I mean, losing to Hio Poteria was one of the ones that I really like. Come on, man, you can't go around losing to someone like Hio Poteria here, man. So Brad Tavares been around, fought some of the best guys again in the division, and yeah, another reason why I think he's going to take this, man. So I'm going to be going with Brad Tavares here. Olin, over to you.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'll keep it short and sweet. Brad Tavares probably goes out here and does damn near whatever he wants to the young man in front of him. I think his grappling is going to prove to be too much. His veteranship, his experience overall is going to be proved to be much. And I think he could go out here and get the first finish we've seen him get in a while. I think he could go out here and actually get the knockout on this guy. We've seen him go out there and get finished. We've seen him leave his chin up in the air when he is taking shots, even against an Ihor Poteria. So I don't have a whole lot of confidence in Bryczek going into this one. I think he's going to get checked by Brad Tavares.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know, Brad Tavares is one of those that's he blows hot, he blows cold. You're not sometimes not sure which way he's gonna go on fight day. But I think, yes, the experience might just play through, even though if you look at Bryczek, he is a very, very close underdog. He's not like a far out underdog, like plus 500, plus 300, anything's very close. But I'm going to go with Brad Tavares. I think he might just edge it, although this one is a very live dog for me. I think Brad Tavares just blows hot and cold, and you don't know which Brad you're going to get on the day. And for me, that is a little bit of a doubt. So I might change to Bryczek if I need a dog, but I'm going to go with Brad Tavares.
Yeah, man. Big up absolutely anything and everything. Thank you for pulling up to the show. Big up yourself. Welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight, man. Okay, we got this next fight on the card, and this is one that I've been looking forward to. Is one of my go-to on this card right here, and I'm looking at Sam Patterson versus Trey Waters. Sam Patterson coming in with a record of 13-2, won a contest, and Trey Waters with a record of 9-1. This fight is happening in the welterweight division, and we got Sam Patterson fighting out of the UK, Watford, and we got Trey Waters fighting out of Jacksonville in the United States. What are the live odds on this one, please, Olin?
Sam Patterson is coming in as a minus 192 favorite, and Trey Waters coming in as a close plus 160 dog here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll stick with you, Olin. We'll stick with you.
Man, this is one that I could honestly see going either way. Both guys are 4-1 in their last running 5, and both guys have very, very obvious paths to victory here, right? Sam Patterson is definitely a kind of a wily dog out there. He does also have 1 inch of reach advantage, as well as a bit of a height disadvantage. Kind of crazy with the ape index there for some of these fighters. I like Waters. I think Waters is a fantastic fighter. I think he's got a grit in him, right? But it's hard to bet on him if he's going out there against Sam Patterson. I just think Sam Patterson is going to put it on him and just start to wilt the well-rounded fighter in Trey Waters. We've seen Trey come out there and lose a fight to Gabriel Bonfim via Von Flue choke. That's the last time we did see him lose. Since then, he's been on quite a run here against Jalen Fuller at LFA. He got a win, got his chance in the UFC after that against Josh Quinlan, the Renegade, got the win over him, and then same exact type of win, unanimous decision over Billy Ray Goff.
Yeah.
Those wins don't give me a ton of confidence in him, though. Like the opponents, the oppositions he's had. I just got to lean towards the future Sam Patterson. Kiefer Crosby is a real son of a bitch. I mean, didn't look like it in his last performance, obviously. But I think if we look at previous resumes, the one that stands out the most has got to be Danny Barlow. And he went out there and put it on Danny Barlow. A lot of people were betting against him recently in that fight. So I won't be betting against him this time around. I think Sam goes out here and gets it done.
Wasn't. It was my dog.
Okay, well, fucking give yourself a pat on the back there, Uncle Ola.
Yes, sir. Come on. What you say, Yao? Talk to me.
The future Pat, yes. Look, for me, it's more along the lines now of who is traveling. We're looking at UFC Paris. It's in Europe. We've got Sam Patterson fighting out of the UK. So Trey Waters is now traveling. So over and above the fact that Patterson is a badass, I think it does count when you've traveled. We could have said that about our boy Inna G, who went all the way to Shanghai and he absolutely starched Lona Kavanaugh. But Lona also traveled. So, give and take. So for me, I'm going to go with the continental homeboy in Sam Patterson. I think his prep that he's able to put in, being at home, no time zone differences, no jet lag, getting in his training with his team at his gym, flying across to France, and then everything you guys said, I think I'm definitely going with Sam Patterson, the future, against Trey Waters, the truth in this, probably by submission, maybe first or second round.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, since that loss to Yamal Ashmuz, and it was a bad loss. I remember Goddard in that fight. I mean, Sam was trying to fight Goddard. And after he got knocked out, it was a brutal finish by Sam. And look, it's down to the weight cut. I put it down to, because when you see his performances since he's moved up to welterweight, his body can absorb a little bit more shots, and his reach is such a game changer for him. I liken him to Randy Rude Boy when it comes to the way he can cinch submissions on you. To take him down as a shorter guy, they can go on their tiptoes and you can't even get him off the ground just because of that. And you're wasting energy trying to do that. And if this guy grabs you, it takes your back in any way, shape, or form, or you go for a takedown and leave any kind of limb or your neck available, it's over with. And I first knew about Sam Patterson from John Gooden when I had John Gooden on the show. Shout out to John Gooden. He trains with him at Team Crossface over there in Watford. Big gym over there. They're doing some crazy shit over there. And look, for me, the momentum that Sam Patterson is on right now, good friend of the show, to put Danny Barlow away in a way, because Danny Barlow is a power puncher. He be smoking people. He knocks people the fuck out. And for Sam to do that to him, we're now seeing that he has more arsenal at his disposal, more weapons in the arsenal to really go out there and just put it on people, where you're not knowing what to avoid no more. This guy can knock you out and he can submit you. And for that, for me, yeah, it's got to be Sam Patterson, man. Going into this one, look, it's going to be one of them fights, but I see Sam Patterson getting this one done very, very, very comfortably, in my opinion. Okay, let's get on to the next one on the docket. We've got William Gomez versus Robert Rachula. Is this fight still on?
This fight is still on. This isn't the one that got canceled.
Right, okay. There's a chance that I might hit the one that get cancelled. If he's not,
I'll let you know.
I think Leroy's removed it. Okay, yeah, we got William Gomez versus Robert Rachula. Robert Rachula coming in with a record of 11-1, and we got Gomez with a record of 14-3. This fight is happening in the featherweight division, people, and we got Robert fighting out of Poland, William Gomez fighting out of France. What are the live odds on this one, please, Olen?
We got Robert Rachula as the plus 220 underdog, and then we have William Gomez as the minus 270 favorite. Pretty decent sized favorite there for Gomez.
Yeah, for real. Okay, Yao, we come to you.
So in his fight against Hyder Mill, Gomez showed a lot of heart. Some people would have said that split went the way of him versus Amil. It was a close fight. I know some people screamed robbery. I could also scream robbery, but with what we've seen from William Gomez, he's a fantastic fighter. He puts in the work in his training. He's now got enough experience in the UFC, having beaten names like Joe Anderson and Brito by decision, having a KO against Yanis Gilmori. We've got Robert Richala coming out of KSW, fresh into the UFC, debut in the UFC on this card. And I think that experience, they've given William Gomez this opportunity to come back from his loss against Hyder Mill, because we all screamed robbery. Well, not all, but some people screamed robbery, to give him that win, to say, look, prove that was a robbery and that you are a fighter that is in the top echelon. So let's say top 20 where it comes to the featherweight division of the UFC. So I'm going to go with the favorite in this fight, in William Gomez, fighting at home in his native Paris. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna echo everything you said there. I just think Gomez is got a point to prove, especially losing that fight to Hyder Amil. He definitely got a point to prove. And on home soil, I think he's going to be wanting to do that. And every time Gomez is fought in Paris, is actually done well. So I'm gonna go with Gomez on there. What are you saying, Olin?
I'll keep it short. I'll keep it sweet. I think William Gomez gets it done on the feet. I think he goes out there and gets it done via knockout or ground and pound. I think he's going to probably hurt his opponent with a body kick. We've seen his opponent leave his hands kind of in the wrong place and set himself up to be hit to the body. And I think once he gets hit to the body, he gets rung his bell up top, goes down, a couple quick follow-up shots, and the crowd goes wild in Paris.
Okay, let's get on to the next one on the docket. Before we do that, let me just run through the chat real quick and see what people are saying. Leroy shouting out Lane, sup Lane. Yeah. And yeah, man, big up Lane, man. Big up Lane in the house. We got Chris Miller here saying the wingspan is a thing. But man, we clap birds by that wingspan. I think that's what my man's saying there. Okay, crossover. We got crossover in the house. That bald fraud is here. That's my boy crossover over there, man. Yeah, man. Big up, brother. Hope you're doing good. And I just give you a shout out. You stay there steady dissing me, you know what I mean? It be your own people, Olin. It really be your own people.
Why you gotta say it? I was gonna say it.
Bro, I've said that line like 5 times in the last 24 hours. You are not lying. It really be your own people.
It really be your own people, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, I beat it to you, yo. I beat it to you. And I know that's going to piss Cross off as well, man, because I just run down with him. Now, why are you using my line for? You know what I mean? But it really be your own
forget
people.
to
Big
keep
up yourself,
that same energy, Ola. Keep that same energy. Stick with your picks. Cross, we miss you, bro. You gotta come back.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? You need to get out of Alabama, bro. You know what I mean? Go find yourself a job in Texas, man. What's wrong with you, bro? You know?
We need you
in Alabama. It feels like you're in the slammer, bro. Get out of there. We need you back on the show.
Yeah, well, I said, y'all love my line. Yes, we do. It be your own people. You know what I mean? Serious things. Okay. Krista Miller says here, one more point on the wingspan issue. Come here where I can reach you. Yeah, my wingspan now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear you. You know what I mean? Nate really be doing that and hoping, you know what I mean? Stockton slapping people, man. Just you get too close, pow. You know what I mean? Wake you the fuck up. One of those. Point to you as well, like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, man. Shout out
I fucking got your bitch ass. I just slapped the fuck out of you,
I
fucking
miss
pussy.
that guy, man. I fucking miss that guy, bro. You know what I mean?
209, motherfucker.
Crazy shit. That impression is fucking cold, man. How do you do that, man? How do you fucking pull those off?
Brother, I don't know. I've been practicing doing impressions since I was like a little ass kid.
So why aren't you like doing
like voice acting or something? I don't know. I've actually I thought about that a long time ago. Like I used to when I was a kid. I used to do all like the
You
original
got
cartoons.
you got the voice for it as well, man.
Oh,
because
bro.
like there's something to do with broadcasting voice that's like natural to you, but you know what I mean. So
I appreciate it, man.
I think you could have pulled that shit off. Anyways,
Appreciate
moving on swiftly. Let's get on to the next fight on the docket. First, let me remove this comment right here so we can actually see the stats on the Leroy will be pulling his hair out, man, if I keep doing that shit. Okay, we got Rinat Fakhretdinov versus Andreas Gustafsson. Andreas Gustafsson coming in with a record of 12-2, and Rinat with a record of 24-2. 1-0 contest. This fight is happening in the welterweight division. Andreas fighting out of Sweden, and we got Rinat fighting out of Russia. What are the live odds on this one, please, Olin?
As of right now on DraftKings Sportsbook, it is minus 135 for Andreas Gustafsson and plus 114 for Rinat Fakhretdinov. This is actually one of the closest fights on the card as far as fights that, you know, a dog actually exists in.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's my turn. It's my turn. Yeah, it's my go. Okay. This one, I don't like going against Rinat. But Andreas announced himself to me in his last fight. He announced himself to me in the last fight. He really did. And I thought to myself, holy smokes, is that how aggressive this guy is? Because when I've seen Rinat really struggle, it's people that put pressure on him. You know what I mean? Like just walking him down, don't give him no space. And you know, he's got grappling of his own as well. So I said the boss weren't gonna get used today, man. I did say the boss was not gonna get used today, man. But boy, Rinat, my boy. Alhamdulillah, you might have to step in the bus, brother. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, but yo, welcome, Rinat. Welcome to the Ola bus. You get me? We're going with Andreas over here, bro.
Red bus.
Yeah, stop shaking your head, Olin, man. You're making me feel bad, God. You're making me feel bad, man.
But you said
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, your actions speaking louder than voice, dog. You know what I mean? Your actions speaking louder than words.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Recency bias. I think this sport has more recency bias than any other sport in the world. And I get it. I've fallen victim to it a great number of times. But, you know, I looked at the odds and I said, not today, Satan.
This is about what have you done for me recently, bro.
Oh, facts. This is not a sport of what have you done for me. It is what have you done for me lately. 1,000%, bro. But Rinat just brings so much experience into this. It's very hard for me to bet against this guy.
You're about to make me change my mind.
And honestly, like Andreas Gustafsson has kind of one option, and that is the nuclear crazy guy rushing forward option. And that's fine. He does it super well. I'm not going to ever tell him to stop doing it. Like you fucking tell him to stop. He's terrifying. But I simply don't know that that's the right play for somebody like Rinat Fakhretdinov, because what happens when you rush forward and you blitz him 4 times, 5 times? He's not actually moving backwards when you blitz into him. And then you end up getting single-legged or ankle-picked or something, right? Like, if he ends up on top of Andreas Gustafsson at any point in time and is able to control him even for just 30 seconds or longer, it's going to be a really long night for Andreas, because the way that he's built, I've sparred guys like this in the gym, right? Like, when you're built with all that compact muscle and dense muscle, it's like a Hemi versus a Prius, bro. Like, you got to stop at the gas station a lot more often because you're burning a lot more gas than these other dudes. I just think Andreas is going to gas out underneath the Rinat Fakhretdinov grappling duress. So give me Rinat.
Yeah, man. What are you saying, Yao?
Yeah, look, I'm with Olin on this one. Gustafsson is an absolute beast. But as Ian Miller says in the chats right now, more muscle equals more oxygen needed. And I don't think he's going to have, A, the gas tank, B, the experience to use the gas tank that he has against Rinat. We know Rinat's submission game. We know his grappling game. He knows how to win by decision. He's recently on an absolute tear in the UFC. When he beat Carlos Leal, I had Leal for that fight, and he absolutely just he schooled him for
I had Rinat for that fight, but I knew that was a robbery. I was happy with that robbery, but I was begging for that robbery, dog. You know what I mean? But I knew that was a robbery.
at the end of the day, robberies happen for those fighters that make it look like they should get it. And that's exactly what the difference is going to be in the experience of knowing how to make sure you win the fight, even if you haven't really won the fight, or to win the fight and we can't even see that you're winning the fight. So that's why I'm going to go with Rinyat. I think these odds are closer than they should be. I think him being the underdog against someone who's only got one fight in the UFC is insane. Absolutely insane. So give me Rinyat Fakhretdinov. I've definitely got him by submission in this one because I think, like you said, the forward pressure of Gustafsson is just going to leave him exposed. He's going to come forward, get clipped, or get taken down at some point and not have his game and then get submitted. So I've got Rinyat Fakhretdinov.
You guys are making me feel like I've disrespected Rinyat here, man. I don't usually be doing that with Rinyat, man.
Keep that same energy. Don't change your picks.
Hold on. Slow down, y'all. Slow down. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to put this bus in the reverse, blood. You know what I mean? I pull Rina right out of it. You know, I don't know, man. Like, oh God. You know, I'm gonna stick with Andreas. I'm gonna stick with Andreas here, man.
And shout out to Cross in the chats. Drickus was robbed of a good fight, but comes out one. But he was robbed of a good fight. That's all I got to say about that.
Shout out to the boy Ian Miller. This guy has been trying to get a fight booked for what feels like forever since his last fight. And he just keeps having opponents pull out, man. It's the worst. He's had 2 fights fall through in the past 3 weeks. So fingers crossed you get somebody that actually signs the dotted line and sticks it through. And looking forward to seeing the videos that you send me of you training in the garage with Coach Cal, bro. Get that working.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Ian Miller. Salute to you, man. I hope you get a fight soon, man. You know what I mean? But sometimes when that happens to you, it also tells you how much of a good fighter you are. You know what I'm trying to say? So nobody wants that smoke is why they keep pulling out like that. But yeah, man. Hope you get them fights that you're looking for, brother. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah, they don't want that smoke for real. They don't. Yeah, man. Salute to you, Ian. Okay, no. Look, I'm gonna stick with Andreas. man. I got time to pull that bus back. I got time to pull that bus back.
We'll see how the picks play out.
But you gotta keep that same energy, Ola. Keep that same energy.
Hey, ain't nobody pinning me in no corner today, man. Cross ain't here to pin me in no corner. McDen ain't here to pin me in no corner. And you ain't got enough minerals to pin me in no corner, bro. You know,
I don't think you got the facilities for that, big man.
You don't got the fucking minerals. You don't got the facilities for any of that, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
Just because I'm third. Listen, with the number of kids I got, you cannot.
Bro, I told you about how much you fell off. Hey,
wait, y'all, did you just say you were going to treat him like one of your kids? Is that what I just heard?
Bro, I'm just saying, with the number I got, you cannot.
That's what he thought.
My minerals are more than anyone.
Weeks ago, that's what
anyone in this competition.
Hey, you know, got them minerals, man. You know what I mean?
This is the real main event right here, people.
Nobody talking to me. All right, okay. Let's go to the next one on the docket, guys. Let's go to the next one on the docket. All right, we got Machi Taibura versus Ante Delija. Ante Delija coming in with a record of 25-6, and we got Machi Taibura coming in with a record of 27-9. Identical records right there. Taibura fighting out of Poland, and we got Delija fighting out of Croatia. This fight is happening in the heavyweight division. What are the live odds on this one, please?
Live odds on this one are Marcin Tybura being a plus 105, very, very slight underdog. Coming in against Ante Delija, sitting in at minus 125.
Okay. Yeah, I think we stick with you now, Olin. I went last on the last one. You lot got me driving my bus.
Don't do that, Ian. You're about to make an enemy. Who's up first on this one?
You.
Oh, me. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet, man. I got Marcin Tybura. Give me the UFC experience over the overall experience. I know. This is very much a sport of what have you done for me lately, not what have you done for me. A lot of people look at the guy whose nickname is literally Walking Trouble and see just that. They see Walking Trouble, right? The guy has knockout power. We saw that against Yorgan De Castro. I picked against him. I picked Yorgan De Castro in that one. That was a mistake. Maybe this is another mistake. Maybe I'm picking against him again in vain. But I just think Marcin Tybura is going to be a little bit too much for him. That seems to be the story of this card. UFC experience or overall experience versus a lack thereof. And I think this is more of the same. So I got to go with Marcin Tybura in this one. I think he outlasts the opposition. He is very, very hard to put away. And Delijah's only chance at victory here is to put him away. So good luck.
Ian, I'm about to address that comment that got there right there on the screen, dog. Don't make me start wishing your next opponent pulls out. I could do that.
Hold on, lighting a candle after the show.
You know what I mean? I'll put some voodoo on that next opponent, bro, so you don't turn up. Stop it, Ian. You know, hey, what team you follow, by the way? What team
Don't
you
read
follow?
the next comment. Don't read the next comment he's in, bro.
What team do you follow? Oh, my days. Oh. You know you done fucked up, right? Hey,
you're about to get me kicked off the show, Ian.
you know you done fucked up, Ian.
It's his title.
You know you done fucked up. Hey, come on, man. How you gonna write down on the screen after what happened to you and Greensbury, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, how can you put that on the screen after what happened between you lot and Greensbury? Huh? I hope your next opponent pulls out. How about that? How about that? I told DDP, don't wear that Rasclat shirt. Yeah? And look what happened. United lost on the same weekend DDP lost. That
He got robbed of a good fight.
Hey,
Ian's coming in for blood right now with these comments,
bro,
brother.
Like, stop.
You said Arsenal is the Craig Jones of the PL.
You're
Always
a dickhead,
second.
yeah, you dickhead.
That was a cold line, dude.
Like, what do you mean, dog?
He's in that smoke.
You're taking a piece now, like we don't win shit. Going on like we don't win shit. We ain't won shit in the last 5 years.
It's all
That's it.
fire.
You know what I mean? You can't say we don't win shit, but we ain't won shit in the last 5 years. It's different to we don't win shit about always second. Where was you last season? Anyways, let me move on for this football talk, man. This brother here is, yo. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you, bro. I hear you. I'm just slagging same way as well, man. You know what I mean? I just slagging same way, man. Don't you worry about it, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's just a little banter. Just a little light-hearted banter, you know what I mean? But
At
you
least your
carry on
club is
about,
big enough to
you
catch
carry on
strays.
about Arsenal, and I will start wishing your opponent don't pull up on you, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? Stop it. Big love, brother. Big love. Come on. Yeah, man. Okay. Let's get on to the Hey. First of all, Cross, why you being a snitch right now, bro? Like, why you being a snitch right now, Cross? You bold snitch, you, huh? Is that didn't they teach you in Alabama not to snitch on people, bro? Huh? You know what I mean? They should have taught you in Alabama not to snitch on people, you bold snitch. God damn. I can't believe this brother snitched on me. Shit.
Cross, keep snitching on this man, bro. Snitch on him all the time. I'm here to represent you, the ball man on the panel. Let's get it, Cross. Let's go.
Fucking hell, yes. Fucking ball twins. Anyways, let's go to the next fight on the docket, man. We got Omasai versus Brenson Ribeiro. Ribeiro coming in with a record of 17-8, and we got Oma with a record of 11-1. This fight is happening in the light heavyweight division. Brendan Ribeiro fighting out of Brazil, and we got Omasai fighting out of France.
Whoa, Ola. I did not pick on that last fight.
Yeah, because you was chatting shit, bro. You was
fight.
busy. You was busy. Didn't you just hear me cause you being bold with your bold twin? Like, you ain't deserve no pick, man. You know
You
what
got
I mean?
stuck on Arsenal because Ian.
Yeah, but you
because
you
Ian
was
touched-
encouraging the snitching. You was encouraging the
Ian
snitching,
touched
bro.
you on your studio with that Arsenal comment, homie.
You was encouraging the snitching, man. You know what I mean? You can't like. How can you back me on the DDP wearing the United thing and then start encouraging the snitching? Like, you know what I mean? That's a criminal offense. That's a criminal offense. All right, let's hear your pick.
Yeah, tell us who you have and why is it Marcin Tybura?
Now you sound like Cross Olin, but you got me there. Look, it's Marcin Tybura because Father Time is not undefeated. And this year has showed us that Father Time is not undefeated. And honestly, what he has done against his two undefeated fighters in Mick Parkin and Jonathan Diniz and starching those two boys, honestly, it's given me this confidence in him, especially his work against Mick Parkin.
Your Wi-Fi was so good before you snitched,
I
bro.
was shocked that he managed
Before you encourage the snitching.
That fight.
Your Wi-Fi was so good, and now look
against
look at the state of you,
old fighter, and I
look at you.
This
is why you don't encourage snitching, dog.
Shouldn't have picked an old.
Just look at you. You don't even know what the hell going
fighter,
on right
but
now.
for me,
look at you.
I gotta go with Marcin Tybura. I think
He finished this take 30 seconds ago. We're just now getting it sent to us, though.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi got kicked in the head, dog.
Should be winning. So
your Wi-Fi got kicked in the head.
Fatality.
I just told you why. It's Marcin Tybura.
Let's go, Yao.
What Yao said. I mean, you made me stop the next fucking bout just to serve us that.
That was like the chopped and screwed remix of Fight Take, bro.
You made us go back just to serve the people that. That's crazy, Yao. You know what I mean? That's nasty work. Like, come on, dog. Yeah, man. Get some more bandwidth, man. Go stop them kids from playing PlayStation or something.
And it's a miracle.
Yeah. What y'all said.
Why?
Get the fuck out of here, dog. Yeah, that's... Yeah, man. All right.
You want to know the odds on that Hibiero fight now?
All right, to Yao's internet. You back?
Part of him.
No, we ain't. All right. Let's move on to the next fight. While Yao is trying to fix. I think I already called this one out.
How this thing does this
Yeah, we just need the odds on this one.
Yeah,
so
we just need the odds on
every
this
single
one.
week, this thing gives up on me.
We got Umar Sy coming in as a heavy favorite, minus 500 against probably my favorite fighter's name to say on the card, Brenjison Hibiero at plus 380. Heavy underdog in this one.
Okay. While Yao's internet
I think I'm back.
holding up for a second.
Am I back?
Yeah,
Am I back?
Yeah, while it's holding up for a second. Yeah, you're back. You're back, yeah? Let's hear it. Let's hear it before you go again.
Honestly,
Don't
this
stop.
internet embarrasses me week
Let's hear it before you go again.
And I'm gonna go with the the minus 500 favorite in this one in Omar Sy. Fighting at home, Benson Ribeiro coming in 17-8, loses a lot. He's on 3 losses in his last 5. I'm gonna go with Omar Sy. I think he's got enough experience in the UFC now to win this one and actually see this fight out. So I'm going to go with Omar Sy. I'm not going to say much more in case my internet drops. It'll get me on the next fight.
Yeah, man. I'm going with Omar Sy as well, man. I echo everything Yao just said there. He was on a tear up until again, yours truly on his own island picked Alonzo Menifield to whoop his ass. And that's what my boy did. I was the only motherfucker that picked him that night. Everybody else went Umar Sy. But for tonight, I'm going to be going with Umar Sy. I think he needs to redeem himself. He was on a good run until he met Alonzo Menifield. And I think he can get back on a winning track against Hibiero, as my boy Olin called him just now. Just pronounced it just right there. So yeah, Olin, let's hear what you got for us.
Yeah, man. Look, I like Bridgerton. I think he's had a tough run in the UFC. He's not been done any favors with the matchmakers, right? But it's another situation for the Gorilla where he's not being done any favors. He's won 2 fights out of his last 5, which means he's lost 3 of them. But let's look at the 3 he's lost. He lost to Zhang Mingyang. He got knocked out, which everybody was other than Johnny Walker Madoff. Magomed Gajishalov got a majority decision on him, which was a very, very close bout. And then Azamat Murzakanov got a left hook followed up by a barrage of grounded strikes to get a TKO finish on him in his most recent outing. Umar Sy is somebody who's undefeated up until his most recent outing against Alonzo Atomic Menafield, which shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Ola to my left, who picked him. But I digress. Like, I don't think that should take any steam off of Umar Sy or what he brings to the octagon. Before that fight, he was riding 2 back-to-back wins in the UFC, and I think this is going to string together a third one. He's going to get back on the saddle again. I just think he presents too many problems, and he has knockout power in both hands. Brenjison is overconfident in his striking more often than not, leaves his hands a little bit too low for my liking. I like people to keep him closer to the eyebrows than the jawline. He does the latter. So I think he's probably going to go out there and get knocked out. If you wanted to find some juiced up odds on this, since he is such a heavy favorite, you can take Umar Sy by TKO, KO, or DQ, currently at plus 225, or you can take him by submission at plus 175. I think he's privy to get either one of those done.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be putting my parlay together once the show is done.
This is the fight that got pulled, by the way.
Right. Okay. Lovely. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to be doing a watch along tomorrow for this card, for the main card on this card. So make sure you come and link us up on the Fight Week show. I'm going to be doing a watch along for this. So come pull up with us. Come chill with us. And let's watch some violence together on the Fight Week show. We got Alex Shola versus Rhys McKee. Rhys McKee coming in with a record of 14-6, won no contest, and we got Axel Shola coming in with a record of 10-0, won no contest. Shola fighting out of France, and we got McKee fighting out of Ireland. What are the live odds on this one, please? Olin.
So currently for Rhys McKee, let's see here. We have plus 110 underdog, and Axel Sola, the newcomer, is sitting heftily at a minus 130 favorite.
Wow. Okay. I think it's mine to go. This is going to be my second underdog of the night. I'm going to be going with Rhys McKee on this one. I just think he's been around for a minute. I've seen him in Cage Warriors. I see the damage he does here. Cage Warriors is one of our promotions over here in the UK, and a lot of top fighters have passed through Cage Warriors. You know, the Connors, the Paddy Pimblets, Modestas Bukauskas, you name it. They've all passed through Cage Warriors. So it's not a bad promotion to come through. And some of the people that we've seen Rhys McKee obviously fight in the UFC, especially his first showing, being thrown in there as a lamb to a slaughter to man like Hamza. You know, he just got decimated in that fight. But I'm sure he learned one or two things from that fight that he's took into his career. And he was a champion at Cage Warriors as well. So for me, this as an underdog, I think might have come as a little bit of a disrespect to him. But then again, I understand it. But I'm going to pick him here as a live dog. I think he's a very, very live dog in this fight. And I think he pulls it off. So I'm going to be going with Rhys McKee on a decision win against Shola. What about you, Olin?
Yeah, I like where your head's at. I think Rhys McKee has a handful of paths to victory. He's long. He's very wiry, as I like to say. The elbows are very, very good at slicing people up. And he's great at working his way inside of that range that he needs to be in to land those elbows,
hard to
right?
Finish as well.
He's extremely durable. He's extremely hard to finish, especially if your name's not Khamzat Chimaev. That being said, I like everything I've seen on Axel Sola, and maybe I'm just high on the tape right now, but I think he should probably be able to go out here and get it done over Rhys McKee, make a name for himself out here in this one, and earn himself an extended UFC contract in this bout. So give me Axel Sola. I don't think he's going to be able to go out there and get it done inside the distance. As you stated, Ola, Rhys McKee is extremely durable. He's tough to put away. So give me Axel Sola by decision.
Yeah, man. Yao, what are you saying?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Axel Sola in this one. He is the favorite, but once again, fighting at home, similar to the Chinese card, they seem to all come through. Not all, quite a few of them came through. Very few of them lost. I'm going to go with the homeboy here. Also, if I look at his work that he's done in the last 1 year, 8 months, 5 fights in Aries, he's fought some decent fighters with decent records. I like his fighting style, but also looking at Reese McKee, as much as he's somewhat experienced in the UFC, he lost to Angel Lusa and he lost to Chidi Njoku. Losing to Chidi by decision doesn't really speak volumes for me. And then obviously winning against Daniel Frunze, but that was by Dr. Stoppage.
Chidi was on a good run at that time, though, bro. Like Chidi was on a mad one.
Yeah, but still by decision, like when you go the distance with Chidi, we know Chidi's more of a Muay Thai fighter. He normally either finishes in the first two. I don't know. That just doesn't really sit well with me in terms of how he performed, as much as Chidi was the better fighter on the night. And if you look at Axel Sola and how he's performed, I hate picking the old fighters this year because they just don't seem to have what it takes. But I think Axel's going to get a shot from me. I hope he doesn't make Park in my picks, but I'm going to go with Axel Sola in this fight. I think he gets it done by decision over Reese Skeletor McKee.
Okay. There you have it, people. We have our picks on that one. We'll move on to the next one. Before we move on to the next one, let me just shout out everybody in the chat. Big up yourselves. Please make sure you're following everybody on the panel. MMA Normally, Kick Him in the Head Kick Pod. Go help the channel out as well. We all work together on here, so make sure you're showing love. All right. We got... For the next one on the docket, this is where I start to get excited, but this is where I start to get exciting here. We got Modestas Bukauskas, the Baltic Gladiator, and we got Paul Craig, as my boy S Dogs MMA will call it. Paul Craig, he's always excited to call out that name right there. This fight is happening in the light heavyweight division, and Paul Craig coming in with a record of 17-9, won no contest, and we got Modestas Bukauskas coming with a record of 18-6. Modestas fighting out of the UK, just around the corner from me, probably about 10-15 minutes. And we got Paul Craig fighting out of Scotland. This fight is happening in the light heavyweight division, as I said. What are the live odds on this one, please, Olin?
Well, this is the second heaviest favorite of the card. Modestas Bukauskas comes in as a minus 325 favorite, while the opposition, Paul Craig, stands across from him at plus 260.
Yeah, about time this starts showing some respect to my boy. Modestas Bukauskas. You already know I ain't gonna say too much. I'm picking my boy, Big Muddy. He's gonna get it done. And he told me today this is gonna be his best performance yet.
Hello?
He's pulling up the receipts, as the kids call it.
Oh, that's a long list of receipts then.
Yeah, like we've been talking today.
Gonna make my most spectacular performance ever. Let's go!
Right, that's why he texted me today. So, like, y'all already know. I ain't gonna say too much. I'm gonna leave it to y'all to do your picks, man. Olin, what you saying, dog?
I got Modi B all day in this one, man. Look, if we look at Paul Craig's last 5 fights, or even his entire UFC run, I can truly say one thing. He's great at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he's the same fighter today that he was when he first entered the UFC platform. If you look at Modi B, he's a completely different fighter today than he was back then, right? He's improved every single time he makes that walk. And it's just honestly incredible to witness. So I think we're going to see it again. And this stylistically is a great matchup for Modi B because Paul Craig is someone who is overconfident in 2 things. His grappling. Shout out Alex Pip. What's up, brother?
Big up Alex Pip.
He's overconfident in 2 things, right, Ola? Like, he's overconfident in his jiu-jitsu, and he's overconfident in the power of his jaw. He thinks he can take all these shots and not get finished. So he keeps his hands, like I talked about a fighter doing this earlier. Paul does this. His hands are down here, which... if I'm in a grappling match, that's fantastic, right? That's where you want your hands. You're here. That's why wrestlers do this. But if you're fighting a striker and a prolific striker with great skill, speed, and strength that checks all the boxes like Modi B, for me, this has got to be probably the easiest fight on the entire fight card to pick. I know Paul Craig is a bit of a parlay buster in his own right? But I don't think this is going to be one of those times. Alex said, facts. Paul is fun to watch, but he hasn't improved much. But his BJJ is nasty. That's the thing. His BJJ is disgusting. But I think we're going to see a situation where even if Modi drops him, he's not going to be an idiot and charge on top of him witlessly.
And I'm here to tell you, Modi B has been training with Aspinall, like, since Vitor Petrino. I know this for a fact. So, he been learning some shit. You know what I mean? And I know Bear Juice Jiu-Jitsu is off the charts. I say what he did to Jamal Hill. Like, he was collecting limbs. So, I know that about him, but I think he finishes him. I think he knocks him out. I don't even think he gets to the floor. But yeah, Yao, you got something for us?
Yeah, look, the one thing I learned recently, actually specifically this year, is not to pick fighters that are on a skid the way Paul Craig is on a skid, especially against fighters like the Baltic Gladiator and Modestas Bukauskas. If we look at Modi B, as you both said, his improvements fight by fight are really what's making it key for me in this fight. Each fight, you can see that he's gone back, he's prepared, he's gone and checked his mistakes, checked his skills, and added to them for the next fight. And I think he's probably going to do the exact same thing, training with Tom Aspinall, currently on a 3-fight win streak against Ion Cutelaba, the Hulk, who we all thought that fight could have gone the other way. Rafael Kukera and
it was
Marcin
close.
Pacino,
It was a close fight.
He's shown it was a close fight, but and that's exactly it. He managed to pull it through even with the judges. So for me, I think the skills that he's improved over his last few fights, that's what really does it for me. Even though, and also obviously his slight reach advantage, even though Bearju has it on the ground with the BJJ, I think Modestas is going to keep him at the right amount of range. When he goes to the ground, he's going to manage to get up and keep it in the type of fight that he wants, and he's going to get this win. So I'm going to go with Modestas Bukauskas, the Baltic Gladiator, in this fight by KO.
That's what's up. I love it. Yeah, man. All right, let's get on to the next one on the docket. This one here, it gets even better for me. We got my boy Okibolaji versus Mason Jones. Okibolaji coming in with a record of 10-2. And we got Mason Jones with a record of 16-2. This fight is happening in the lightweight division, people. And we got Okibolaji fighting out of Belgium and Mason Jones fighting out of Wales. For some reason, I called it Ireland the other day. I don't know why. But yeah, he's fighting out of Wales. And what are the live odds on this one, please, Olin?
Live odds on this one are Mason Jones being a -130 favorite and Balaji Oki being a plus 110-point dog.
Olin, we're sticking with you.
I'll be honest, man. This is one of those fights that I've gone back and forth about more than any of the other ones. I truly see either guy finding their way to victory, but gun to my head, it's tough to bet against Mason the Dragon Jones. The guy went out there and proved me wrong against Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens after Jeremy had looked really good in bare knuckle and just boxing in general. And Balaji Oki, he was able to go out there and get gillied and just kind of out grappled by Chris Duncan. I think Mason Jones has a clear path to victory here. However, Oki's a real son of a bitch. He's got 5 wins by knockout, 1 by submission, and 4 by decision. I think he could be live as a dog here, especially at plus 110. I think he could go out here and get a knockout, but my money's on Mason Jones this week. It's too close to count.
Okay. What about you?
Ola, you've been sold out by Leroy in the chats. We now know that you have Paul Craig on your pick sheet. So tell us the truth. When we get
lying.
to Balaji Oki, tell us the truth. Oh, he's
trying
lying.
shit.
Oh,
He's trying
okay. But
hold on. I'll pull it up right now. I already I've actually done my picks.
I currently have Balaji Oki as one of my dog picks, just to be completely candid.
Okay.
Can you see
Now
it?
we know your picks. Thank you, Leroy. Now we know his picks.
Yeah. I can change them, but don't get fucked up. But you can see it right there. So I got my receipt right there, man. Look what the cat dragged in. Look what the cat dragged in. What's going on,
Man,
Bold
you know
Frog?
I had to pull up on you boys.
What
man.
you say, Bold Frog?
I hope you brought your spoon, brother.
What's going on, Cross? It's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I had to rush home real quick, jump on the tail end of the prediction show, man. It's always a treat. I get to get on here with you boys, so I definitely could not miss an opportunity.
I love that. I love that you pulled up at the stage of this. At the stage of this, the show right here, and we're just getting into the nitty gritty of it. What are you saying about the last? I'm just gonna go back to the last couple fights real quick, just to hear your take on Rhys McKee and Shola, and Modestas Bukauskas and Paul Craig. If you want to give us your quick synopsis on both of those cards.
Yeah, so Modestas Bukauskas, you already know, man. Dude, the fan of the show, jumped on stream with us, man. I gotta support my boy, man. Chopped it up with him. I'm gonna ride with Modestas Bukauskas through and through, don't matter what it is. So, but then on top of it, when we get into the the nitty gritty of it, the better striker, better on the feet. Paul Craig wants to get it to the ground, but getting it to the ground is pretty much where he struggles a lot of the time in the UFC, and I think. Modestas has shown solid takedown defense, and I think he gets it done on the feet.
Yeah, man. What about Rhys McKee?
Rhys McKee, fighting Axel Sola, making his UFC debut. As we've seen pretty much in 2025, man, a lot of the people making their debuts, they haven't had too much success. And Rhys McKee's just fought some tough opposition in the UFC, and he finally got that first UFC win in his last fight. And I think that's going to get him over the hump, and I think he can keep that momentum going. So I'm going Rhys McKee in that one.
Okay. We'll come back to you for Oke Bolaji and Mason Jones.
Yeah, so what Olin said holds in the Dragon, Mason Jones, just being an absolute badass. If we look at his fights against Jeremy Stevens, first fight in the UFC, that was an absolute banger, winning that by decision. Obviously, he's a Cage Warriors champion, having some tough fights out there. But look, Bolaji Oki, as much as he lost to Chris Duncan, that guillotine choke, I have to go with my African brother in this one, as you would say, my Niger brother. Naija know they carry last in this one here. I have to go with him. It's been a bit tough for him since he came in. He's had some very, very tough fights. Split decision to me, Kiwamba. Obviously, like I said, the loss to Chris Duncan. But we saw what Chris Duncan offers in his last fight, and he is no slouch. So that means that was a tough fight that he actually managed to win. And then winning his last fight against Michael Aswell. So as much as he's one of the near even dogs on this card, I think it should probably be him being a near even favorite on this card. So I'm going to go with the Zulu Warrior Bolaji Oki in this fight.
I like it, y'all. I like it. Cross, what do you got for us?
Man, I think this is one of the best fights on the card right here. It's going to be very competitive. I think both guys are going to have success. It's kind of going to be one of those fights where, depending on different parts of the round, man, either guy's gonna look like they have the advantage, and neither guy's really gonna back down. It was a coin flip for me because I think on the feet, Mason Jones, a little more output than Oki, and then just the takedown threat as well. Because the guy averages, I think, like over 3 or 4 takedowns per 15 minutes, and Oki can be a bit the output can be a bit low, but I believe in him. I think he gets it done right here.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go with Oke as well. And one of the paths to victory for him is he has that liver shot that he looks for, especially when he starts investing in the body. He invests in the body early. People think he's a bit of a low output, but a lot of it is not. He's not always head hunting. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys who meticulously dissects the body and he looks for that liver shot when he's ready to. When he smells blood in the water. We've not seen it in a little while, like we said, because of this kind of opponents he's been faced with as well. And we know what the problem is about. Like, he's a tough. From his days on Contender Series, we saw the adversity he went through in Contender Series, and he came back and won that fight. So, losing against somebody like Chris Duncan in the way that he did, I don't think is a bad thing. It's something that you're going to learn from, and I think he has learned from that. So for me, this is kind of like second home for him because he resides in Belgium and French speaking part of Belgium. So being over there in Paris is going to feel like home for him, and I really think he can really go out there and surprise a lot of people because Mason Jones definitely comes with a lot of hype. He comes with with some decent performances behind him, and that's why this fight is so close. When it comes to the odds, but I got a ride for my boy, man. You know what I mean? And he did say he's gonna come do a dust of shakedown with us after this fight. So we got that in the locker with the Zulu Warrior is gonna pull up and do a dust of shakedown with us, man. So stay tuned for that, people. Stay tuned for that. When all the dust is settled after this fight, we're gonna get him on the show, and he's gonna come chop it up with us. So yeah, I'm gonna be going with Okibolaji on this one. I can't not pick my boy on this one, man. That's just gonna be crazy. Right, let's go on to the next one. We got BSD versus Mauricio Hufi. Mauricio Hufi coming with a record of 12-1, and we got BSD with a record of 14-3. BSD fighting out of France, and we got Hufi fighting out of Brazil. This fight is happening in the lightweight division. What are the live odds on this one, please, Olin?
So for this one, we have Benny St. Denis, Benoit St. Denis coming in as a plus 124 favorite, and Mauricio Rufi coming in as a minus 148 favorite for Rufi, plus 124 for Benoit St. Denis is the slight underdog. The odds on this one are actually a lot closer than I thought they were going to be, boys.
Yes, I mean, the home advantage does count. We always factor it in when we're choosing those guys that are fighting in Abu Dhabi. So there's no reason not to factor it in with these guys. They're fighting on home soil. We do it with the English fighters as well when they come over here. But yeah, we come to you. Only went first the last time.
This one is one of those fights on the card that was very tricky because we know Maurizio Rufi, an absolute animal from Fighting Nerds. They call him one shot for a reason because he only needs one shot to take you down. We saw that with his head kick win against Bobby Green. But he is only 3 fights in the UFC. Obviously, with the Contender Series win as well, that's only 3 fights, which isn't that many. If you look at who he has beat, not the top names. So as much as Fighting Nerds is amazing, he's an amazing fighter. He's going up against an absolute dog, an experienced fighter in the UFC in BSD, Benoit St. Denis, the God of War, who's beaten Thiago Moises, Matt Frivola with that head kick that was just like dropped Matt Frivola. I love that head kick. And obviously recently they gave him Kyle Propolek to basically get his win record back on track. But for me, it's really tricky, mostly because of the experience. If you look at how much experience Rufi doesn't have, as much as his fighting style is one that St. Denis could struggle with, I think St. Denis might actually be able to just grind him out because he has that grinding style. He goes in, he grapples, he makes sure that he's on your hips. Rufi can take that. He does have BJJ, he does have grappling, but does he have 3 rounds in him against someone as experienced as BSD who can take a hit? Because we saw him, as much as he got knocked out cold by the great Diamond Dustin Poirier, I think he has the ability to take it 3 rounds with that. And I've got BSD here as my dog against Mauricio Rufi. I could change it because it's really, really close, but I think just that experience might just shine through for BSD.
Okay. What about you, Cross?
Yeah, man, you're not sounding too crazy. Like it's a tricky fight right here, fellas. Like there definitely is a path of victory for BSD right here with the grappling, and because I mean we know that's what he wants to implement early in the fight, and we just gonna see what Mauricio Rufi's takedown defense really looks like in the UFC. I think on the feet, the striking skill of Rufi will definitely shine through. BSD is very reckless defensively, as we saw in the Dustin Poirier fight. I I think he has learned some things, so he may be a bit more defensively responsible in this fight, and I think that is his path to victory. But give me Mauricio Rufy. I think he's got the highest ceiling out of all the fighting nerds. Like, this dude is very exciting, very exciting. I like Mauricio Rufy.
Okay, yeah, I can't look past Mauricio Rufy. I love what they're doing over there in the fighting nerds. They even got Lexichuk looking good. You know what I mean? Like, they even got that guy looking
And
good.
his little brother.
Bro, like, you know, and yeah, he might only have 3 fights in the UFC, but the displays, that guy, for me, is destined for greatness. Mauricio Rufy, he's destined for greatness, man. He's got star power about him. He's got that aura about him, the way he delivers and takes methodically, just patiently, just finds that sweet spot where he knows if I land this, it's over with. And he got his hands and feet. Like, he could pull it off. And his takedown defense is fantastic as well. And that's one of the reasons why those guys don't even get the chance to do that shit. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna be going with Mauricio Rufy on this one, man. I don't know what Olin thinks. Tell the people.
I'm with you, bro. I think it's almost a house pick aside from Yao, right? I mean, I think Benny St. Denis has paths to victory here. He's a wily veteran. He's literally fought in wars and shit, right? Like, so he's battle hardened, as we say. With all that being said, it's hard to overlook Rufy, man. He's so good. He has the highest ceiling of all the fighting nerds, as Cross elegantly pointed out, and it's true. Right? It's very true. So I got to go Rufy. I think he's probably going to win by some crazy, flashy, spinning or jumping shit. And he's going to get 100,000 new fans as a result in Paris, right? He's going to win the people of Paris. Before we move on, I don't know if we were going into the main event after this or not, but I think we may have missed a fight, Ola. I don't know if maybe
we're already in the main event. We're like about to do the actual main event of the fight. But I know the fight you're talking about is not on there. Is the Caio versus Harry Hardwick. So yeah, after the, you know what? Let me do that now before we go to the main event. Let's do that now before we go to the main event. Okay, we got Fernandez versus Harry Hardwick. Harry Hardwick coming in with a record of 13-3, 1 contest, and we got Fernandez coming in with a record of 10-2. This fight is happening in the lightweight division, and what are the live odds on this one?
Live odds on this one are Caio Fernandez being a -198 favorite, and Harry Houdini Hardwick coming in on short notice, I believe 5 days notice, being a +164 dog. Very close odds for that short notice of a fighter.
Okay, Yao, let's hear from you.
I got Caio Fernandez all the way. This man has a head kick win over Felipe Douglas. Yes, it was an LFA, but bruh, kick him in the head. There's nothing more I can say. Yes, he did lose his first fight in the UFC to Mark Diakise, but then he came back to win his next 2 fights against Muhammad Yahya and Guram Kutikaladze. Kutikaladze is not the most winning fighter, you know, but he still is a decent fighter, Georgian fighter. We talk about the Balkan fighters all the time. He is one of them, but Caio did it, and I've got Caio Fernandez definitely, probably by head kick against Harry Hardwick. Let's go.
Cross?
Yeah, like Caio Fernandez, the guy's striking is legit. Very explosive kicks. Very good with the distance management, like chops guys down with leg kicks. Very good striking. You know, taking this fight on short notice is definitely going to be tough for Harry Hardwick. But I mean, you know, being a UK guy, you already know it's going to have some solid striking. But I'm going with Caio Fernandez. I think he gets it done here.
Yeah, man. This is definitely one of them that's giving me fucking headache since it got announced. You know, I've been thinking about this hard, man, because you know, again, Harry Hardwick is a fighter we've had here on the Fight Week show.
The bus gonna get ready. You got the bus ready?
Oh yeah.
Hold on. I'm stressed over here, dog. Hey, Cross, I'm stressed This one be giving me sleepless nights.
Bro, they gonna kick you off the island over there.
Like, hold up. Hold up. I know his brother too. Like, you know what I mean? There's two of them, bro.
Yeah,
you know
they gonna pull up on you too in this pick.
Both champions in the Cage Warriors. Both champions in the Cage Warriors. But this is so short notice. But the thing is, one thing I give Harry, he got heart, bro. He got heart. But the problem is, I remember when Jordan Vucinic had his debut as well on short notice, and Olin said one thing that stuck with me. There is not enough training partners to really go out there and put it on fighters like this. And I'm just being real, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm just being real with it, and that stuck with me, man. However, for the purposes of the show, I'm gonna pick Harry Hadwick. How about that?
Yeah, he gonna get thrown up when the sheet come out.
The fuck up, bro.
Hey, he going under the bus when those picks come out, people.
Look, Cross, we've already seen his picks. He showed us his pick sheet. He's already under the bus. There's no question. Like, we know.
Yeah.
Ola said, "Shoot your fucking mouth."
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah. You're gonna know in a few hours. We gonna definitely let you know when that sheet come out.
I ain't got a clue what you're talking about.
Guys, I gotta jump in here. I mean, I first and foremost, great breakdowns from all three of you guys on this one. And secondly, thank you for not taking my biggest point of contention for this fight. I mean, the fact that he took it on like 4 days notice is already tough, right? Like, that's tough stuff. And that shows exactly what you're saying, Ola, right? Like, he has heart. Heart is in his name. Harry Hartwick, damn near, right? So the dude's got heart for days, but heart isn't enough to win fights by itself. And he typically fights at 145. This fight is taking place against an actual 155er that could probably fight at 170 after about 4 or 5 more years of his career, right? Because he's still a young man building into his big man body. A real featherweight versus a real lightweight, I don't like the way this one plays out for Harry Hardwick, to be completely honest. And I went completely opposite on my show yesterday with Nano. But it's because I watched the tape on Hardwick and I missed one sole point. All of the tape I was watching and being impressed over was a weight class down. That's not the way it's going to play out against a bigger, stronger guy. And Calway Fernandes, as he says his name, like, dude's a fucking stud.
Well, he does part with his brother, who's a lightweight and a good lightweight at that all the time. So, you know,
fair.
I think you know that's something to look at.
Keep that same energy on the pick.
Hey, stop! Well, hold on. Hey, slow down, Cross. I'm just giving a take. That's all I'm doing. Like, what you going on about, Cross? Why you on me like that, man? Trying to snitch on me and shit.
Bro, somebody got to keep you in line, man. Somebody got to keep you in line.
I believe there's also a 2.5-inch reach advantage for Calway, which is, again, it's tough. Like, I don't know that his big brother has that kind of reach on him, or that he knows how to use it the way that Calway does. And that's both a recipe for disaster, in my opinion.
All right, that's a different variable. You know, if we're just talking about the weight, I brought the brother in. Now you're talking
it's an
about
onion, brother. There's layers. There's layers to the advantages, dog.
He already got the engine growling on the bus, man. He ready.
That's a different variable, bro. You know.
Get ready to honk that horn, brother.
It's time.
God damn! People, allow me, man.
I got to get a bus sound to add to the soundboard.
Allow me, people. Please. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm gonna be live.
Yes, the answer is yes to Alex Pipp's question in the chat. He said he probably missed this, but did they actually cut Chieda for missing weight? If so, good on the UFC. You got one chance. Don't fuck it up. Yeah. To my knowledge, he was cut. He was given a 1-fight contract, and he blew that contract today.
Wow, really?
That's
yeah,
crazy.
I mean, he was given the 1 fight. They're not going to re-sign him after that. He's going to have to win a couple fights.
Yeah.
Wow.
Promising talent, but he blew it.
It's
and
got
then
a good
the
sh-
fact
it's
that
got
he
a
went
good
on
showdown.
Twitter a couple hours ago and complained about his opponent not taking the weight or not taking the updated weight. He literally was like, yeah, I offered him my entire purse. It's on him for not wanting to find a workaround. Brother, fuck a workaround. Making weight is step 1 of your job.
People fight
Do the job
as well.
Yeah, Grimy, the fight's off.
Yeah, the fight's off.
So
he offered
we
his
go.
entire person, and Pitbull said no because like Pitbull's had what 40 fights. Go, I'll let you guys do the research. Go back and look and see how many times the guy's missed weight.
Yeah, but he's just looking at it as an unprofessional fighter who's gonna like it's not worth his time at this point. Not even,
And it's not for namesake. The fight didn't do a whole lot for him, and it was a risk. So realistically, he gets a better option for saying no.
Fair play to him. Fair play to him, man. All right, let's get to the main event. We've got the card right here. Here we go. We got Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. Caio Borralho coming in with a record of 17-1, and we got Nassourdine Imavov coming in with a record of 16-4. This fight is happening in the middleweight division. Nassourdine fighting out of France, and we got Caio Borralho fighting out of Brazil. What are the live odds on this one, please, Oli?
Nassourdine Imavov is a slight underdog coming in at plus 110 odds currently, and Caio Borralho is currently sitting at minus 130 as a favorite.
Cross, we're going to start with you.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of disagreement on this fight right here. Like, this is so competitive, such a close fight. Really like both guys, you know, young, hungry contenders. Really, for me, you know, I feel like Nassourdine on the feet, definitely the better striker. On the ground, if it gets to the ground, Borralho's the better grappler, can control Imavov. We've seen Imavov's gas tank be a little shaky in a couple fights here and there, but I think he's kind of gotten used to that now, and he's been in a couple 5-round fights now. You know, fighting nerds, been on fire as a gym. I just don't think Caio Borralho's grappling is really going to make that big of a difference just because he only lands about 1.5 takedowns per 15 minutes. And then on top of it, as Nassourdine Imavov has some pretty good takedown defense. I think the striking is going to be the difference. The hometown environment, the crowd is going to be fueling Nassourdine Imavov, and, you know, guy's going to earn himself a title shot.
Yeah, man. I mean, I still haven't gotten over what Imavov did to my boy.
That should make you a believer. That alone, right there,
still hurts.
I'm a believer. I wouldn't leave it.
And yeah, it does. It does, and I do believe in Imavov. But there's this thing about the fighting nerds, man, and the way Caio Borralho fights. Like, he's a volume fighter. It knows how to. I always say this: how to play act for the judges. He knows what to do, and this brother was talking about he was training with Hamza in Thailand, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know how much of Imavov's grappling is gonna affect Caio Borralho, especially the way they train in the gym over there, the fighting nerds. There's so many pros and cons to look at here, and this is closer than it looks for me, man. But boy, I'm gonna go with Imavov. I'm gonna go with the underdog Imavov. I think he's probably got more paths to win this fight than Caio Borralho does. And that's the only reason I'm going for Imavov here. So I'm gonna go with Imavov. What about you?
Think about how many times you're gonna see Izzy getting finished on tomorrow in the highlights.
I literally just added that sound effect. That's what you saw me doing around in the background. Thank you so much, Cross, for the layup. I felt like we were on a basketball court right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? My guy set me up for the alley-oop on that one. I'm sorry, Ola. I apologize. That was disrespectful.
That, man.
I love
that was too far. That was disrespectful. I apologize.
That's low, man. Like,
I apologize. Let me play some music for you.
Alabama fucking nastiness and fucking Louisiana nastiness. You know what I mean?
That's the first time Louisiana and Alabama have ever worked together.
Down south fucking nastiness.
LSU fucking hate Bama. I was so upset when I found out this guy moved back to Bama.
What you two just did there, man. Unbelievable. It's a fucking horrible human beings, man. I can't believe you did that.
Ooh, Grimy just commented and said money's coming in on BSD. Roofy's down to minus 160. Is that right?
I told you guys, BSD's an animal, and he's at home. Like,
Since we've started the show, Sam Hughes has also had more money come in on her. Shauna Bannon is now a plus 275. So yeah, the odds are swinging a lot right now.
That's big.
Oh yeah, Mauricio Rufy actually just updated on mine. I just refreshed. He's down to minus 148 on mine. Dude,
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna
Alex
wait.
Peep.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait
Thank
till
you
the
for
end of
that
the
one,
fucking. Yeah, that's a good shout. I'll be turning the TV off. When you show the
Energy. Y'all better stick to your picks.
Shout out Grimy for that comment on the money line changing. Yeah, I got Rufy down to minus 148 for myself right now. So if that line keeps swinging, I might have to throw a couple units on Rufy.
Look at that. Leroy's up early in the morning. What are you doing up so early in the morning, Leroy?
Bro, the whole Izzy comment got Ola just all messed up now.
The important thing to remember here is Tony Ferguson is back in the win column.
Fuck to me, man.
Ola, look, while you recover, give us your thoughts on this main event fight.
Look, honestly, for me, it's a flip of a coin. You guys have said all the stuff that needs to be said. You'll see on the pick sheets. I honestly don't know. It's really tough. I'm leaning Imavov, but the fighting nerds, I can't see them losing both fights. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Caio Borralho. I don't really have a reason. I'll be very honest. It's a feeling at this point because Imavov has shown his pedigree, especially with the Izzy win. Before that, we talked about him being
with the Izzy
good.
win. We know. We already
No, but the
made
thing
that
is,
point.
Ola,
Like, give us another point, man. Like,
that's the one that made him and solidified him in what is basically now a number one contender fight. Without that fight, he would not be fighting in this number one contender spot right now. And Caio Borralho
covered good, didn't he?
He's great. All right. Perfect timing for that shit. But if you look at the names he's beaten, he's beaten some decent names, but I mean, he's got Paul Craig in there. He's got a 40-year-old Jared Cannonier. So the fighters that he's beaten haven't been top level, unlike Imavov and how Imavov's won. So it's very tricky. So I'm going Caio Borralho, just for vibes. Honestly, I don't have an actual concrete reason to take him over Imavov at this point, apart from the fact that I want to keep Cross where he is on the table. That's the only motivation I have.
I like the pick. Go against me. I need the pass, brother.
I reckon you just picking him because it's fighting nerds. The fighting nerds thing got you, but I think that's
fighting nerds have everybody though. Like don't discredit him for that. Like
no, bro. I love the fighting nerds. Like I picked Rufy for that reason as well. You know what I mean? And because of Rufy's ability. Don't get that fucked up. But yeah.
Look, I'm between a rock and a hard place because I have the fantasy UFC league, and in that league, my middleweight fighter is Caio Borralho. I've also got as one of my two flex positions, Mauricio Rufy. So I have two fighting nerds fighting this weekend, and I'll be honest, I'm only confident in one of them winning. So in that competition, I've got Borralho. In our competition, as of right now, not only do I have Nassourdine Imavov, I've also got him as my dog of the week. I just think the grappling is going to prove to be too much. And there's something that y'all pointed out that was very, very like enlightening, right? Like, look at who they fought. Who's fought the bigger opposition and the better opposition, the more tenured opposition. It's fairly clear cut if you look at it in that manner. And then if you go through their resume and you say like, okay, cool. Who have they both fought together, like at the same time, or not at the same time, but who have they both fought in their totality? The one similar name is Jared Cannonier. The only difference is they both beat them. One of them was able to get the ref to stop in and stop the fight. The other was not able to get the ref to step in and stop the fight. So I've got to go with the guy that had the more impressive win over the one common denominator, and that is Nassourdine Imavov. He was also able to go out there and withstand Brendan All-In Allen, who I thought was going to be a future champ. So I'm all in on Imavov. I think Cross actually put it best when he said he's going to have the crowd behind him and he's going to fight his way to a title shot. I think as long as it doesn't go to a judge's scorecard, he's the next guy in line. He leapfrogs RDR.
That was going to be my question. If it goes to decision, who is the more effective decision fighter here?
Bro,
RDR.
Bro, Imavov is not gonna lose a decision in Paris.
Oh yeah, Imavov. I'm sorry. If it goes to decision,
Not
who
happening.
loses? Yeah, Imavov's not losing a decision.
Not in France.
Not in France. Even because if it's even close, then they edge it out for Imavov. And I think there's no way that it's not close if it goes to decision, if that makes sense.
Borralho needs a finish before the fight even starts.
Borralho needs to land a knee as his opponent is shuffling in. I don't know why I see like a knee up the center line being his only path to victory in this fight.
Especially with Sirigan ducking. I mean, Imavov is the next best thing for Paris right now. He's the next best
They
thing
need
for
that.
France. They need him. They need him badly.
Need that star power, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Gunn gonna get his shot next month. Don't you worry.
I mean, now that we know Olin's dog of the week, let's come to you, Yao, and get your dog of the week.
Real quick, Grimy just pointed out some great odds if you guys want to make some money. Imavov by decision is currently sitting at plus
I
220.
did put them on the screen.
Easy
earlier
money.
on.
Easy money right
That's
there.
a money pick, brother. I'm gonna lock that in today.
Yeah, you got some good money going there.
Yeah, so dog of the week, tricky one, but I'm gonna go with the first fighter that I picked on this card in Shauna Bannon. I think she comes in and does some very nasty doggy things to Sam Hughes. That sounds terrible, but yeah, I got Shauna.
Man, that ain't your dog of the week. Why you over there lying, man?
Fine.
You know,
Okay, fine.
that ain't your dog of the week.
Fine. Okay, fine. I'm lying. Okay, true story. Marcin Tybura. I'll leave it right there.
Okay.
Bro, we know you, man. We know you over there lying about Shauna Bannon.
What about you, Cross?
Dog of the week for me, man. I'm gonna go with Reese McKee.
That's a good dog. That's a good dog. I've been struggling with my dog of the week.
I don't believe you. I'm not buying that.
Neither do I.
There's no chance I believe you. Look
I'm
at his
gonna be
face.
honest,
Look at his
I'm not
face,
entirely
dude.
Sure. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
Yeah,
not
that was a good
entirely
recovery,
sure.
bro. That was a
I'm
good
I'm not
recovery.
entirely sure. I'm not. I'll be honest.
And neither
I'm not
the
entirely
fuck
sure.
are we, bro.
But I'm right there with Imavov, man. Like he's just got more paths. I mean, doing what he did to Izzy, that's just crazy.
Man, he
Like
full
I
of
said.
board on Imavov now. I love it. All he had to do was finish Izzy.
I picked Imavov, and I think he can get it done against Caio Borralho. But there's this crazy shit about fucking fighting nerds, man. I can't shake it off. I can't shake it off, man. It's crazy. I can't fucking get rid of it. But Imavov on home soil as an underdog, like it makes all the sense in the world. You know, I did want to pick Okibolaji as well for dog of the week. I don't know, man. I must stick with Imavov. I'm gonna go with Imavov. Imavov is gonna be my dog of the week. So there you have it, people. I got one shout out to the boys on Combat Sports. Salute to those boys on Combat Sport. My boy Greeny was over there and he was shooting the shit with the boys on Combat Kings. And they brought up a question and I wanted to get you guys' takes on it. And you guys in the chat as well. You can chime in. I'm going to play it so you guys can hear it. And we'll go around and get your takes on it. Hold up. I've got it right here.
We might not get to hear it. So we got to figure out some technology.
As one of the best lightweights until absolutely. Is it Islam's legacy if he loses this fight?
Just one of the best lightweights. Stop there.
But where does he fit in as one of the best lightweights? It's behind who? Obviously Habib.
So if Islam, what they're saying is if Islam loses to JDM, where does it rank in lightweight? As far as legacy is concerned. If he loses to JDM, and there's a real possibility that could happen. They're just putting the question out there that we know he's MMA. We know he's going up a weight class. Javi Mendes has said this is one of the fucking toughest fights he's gonna face. Everything is at stake. They've had to vacate the lightweight title to go for this. So there's a lot of pressure on this fight. What if he loses? Where does that rank Islam in terms of legacy and who's done what? Does it go behind Khabib? Is it ahead of Khabib?
This does nothing for his legacy if he loses, and everything for his legacy if he wins. This is a win-win situation because he's going up in weight. He's doing something. He's daring for greatness, and if he shoots for the stars and lands on the moon, people are still going to think he's the next fucking Neil Armstrong because he tried. Then he goes back down to lightweight, and by then Ilya will have had a win to make him the champion and a defense to notably cement him as the champion. And when Islam goes back down and beats him, then he starts to cement the conversation as the GOAT of lightweight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of just described Volk, if you will, because Volk kind of tried the same thing and then obviously lost to Islam twice. But none of us really take that into account when we talk about Volk's legacy. We mention it, but
you hold it against Izzy when it went out to Bahovic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the difference is here when he went back down, he started losing as well. So like as long as Islam goes back down to lightweight,
when he went back down, he didn't just start.
No,
losing.
it was up and down. He didn't look the same
when he went back down. He had a couple that he won.
You gotta admit he didn't have that same aura.
That's my boy now.
I love Izzy. Izzy is literally one of my favorite fighters, dude.
Hey, he went back to 185 and won a couple fights.
I don't agree with
He did.
There's very few people who mention that Blachowicz loss when we talk about
I heard it a lot, trust me. I hear a lot of things. I heard it a lot.
I think you're listening too closely because we mentioned Izzy losing to Imavov. We mentioned Izzy losing to Dricus. We mentioned Izzy losing to Strickland. But it's like, okay, we saw him go up against Blachowicz and he couldn't do it. And then we kind of move on. And I think it's going to be the same sort of thing with Islam where we sort of mention it and fans might take it personally, like it might hurt, but the rest of us are like, oh, well, okay, he tried and it didn't happen and he moved on and he went back and he did great things. So I agree with Olin. It's not going to do much against his career, similar to Volk, similar to Izzy. We will mention it, but if he comes back down and wins the title back and keeps going, then fuck yeah, let's go. So I'm definitely looking forward to him either becoming an absolute GOAT or just being one of the best fighters to ever exist. Let's get it.
Cross.
A loss for Islam does nothing bad to his legacy at all. It's already etched in stone. This is just win-win, just like Olin said. But if he does pull it off, he gets this win. Like Islam is now knocking on that top 4 door. And I haven't heard that conversation with a lot of people, and it is there because think about it. If he beats JDM, he would have beat 3 champions in 3 different weight classes. He beat the featherweight champion, Alexander Volkanovski twice, Charles Oliveira, and then JDM. And I don't think any other fighter has done that in the UFC.
They say he's a weight bully. They say Islam is a weight bully.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they were both.
Do you subscribe to that? Do you subscribe to
that? I've seen him stand across me back when I weighed 165 pounds. The guy's not a fucking weight bully.
No.
With all due respect. And I was not a professional 165 pounds. The guy's not a weight bully.
No. And then with a win over JDM, I think he ties Anderson Silva for the consecutive win record in the UFC. So I mean, it's already etched in stone. He's already the work he's done at lightweight is already etched in stone. It is what it is. So if he wins, he pulls it off. Now he's talking about GOAT conversation. So we'll see.
Yeah. That was just a hypothetical. Shout out to the boys on the Combat Kings. Big up to Greeny. Salute to you. We're probably going to have him back on Dust Up Shakedown to come shoot the shit with us. But yeah, big up to the work those guys do over there. Shout out to Full Mount MMA as well. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Crossover MMA Normally. Kick him in the head kick pod. Make sure you're showing love to Making the Walk, S-Dogs MMA, the Rambling Dad, and indeed the Fight Week Show. Come lock it up with us tomorrow, man. Any of you man streaming for tomorrow's card? Too early for you, Cross? in Alabama over there?
I might do a watch along. It might be. I think it might be end up being a long day for me because I think I might do the UFC and do some college football afterwards. So it might be a long day. For
Let's do the main card. Let's do the main card. So we're not doing like the whole card. Let's do the main card. You want to do the
If
main
you guys
card?
are on the main card, I might pop in and out.
Yeah, let's do the main card. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Wait, where are you guys going to be watching since our stream is gone?
Say that again.
Where are you guys going to be watching since Stream East is gone?
Stream East ain't gone.
I'll be watching on ESPN Plus, bro.
Yeah, Stream East is a ESPN. I mean, Stream East is alive and well. They tweeted that they haven't gone anywhere.
You pulling up for the main card tomorrow, y'all?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
So.
Oh,
yeah, you can yell. It won't even be too late for your neighbors.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's always too late for my neighbors.
All right, yeah, man. People, come link us up tomorrow for the fucking watch along, man. You know what I mean? UFC Paris. We're gonna be shooting the shit over here, having a drink, watching our favorite fighters do their thing, win, lose or draw. We're gonna rock with them. And yeah, tomorrow, main card. Put the notifications on. Come link us up on here. And yeah, crossover, MMA Normally, Head Kick Pod, and myself, we're gonna pull up tomorrow. Come run you the fucking main card watch along. And up until then, people, hasta la vista. We're out. Salute. Big love.
Peace.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.